Let's see if you guys can hear me now. Currently, we're not having the desktop sound coming through from what I'm hearing. Or at least that's what's going on my end. Oh, good lord. Why you like this, YouTube? I have no idea why you like this. Oh. Alright. We're getting pretty close to that time. So, yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I guess let's just have our sort of relaxing intro time, because at the moment, my desktop sound's not coming through. I'm going to see if I can get it to come through now. I bet it has. Let's try. Please get extra. No. It just wants to be a pain in some. There we go. How's that, guys? How's that for sound? How we going? How is everyone? Oh, nice. Thanks, Lionel. It's gone. Oh, sorry, I turned it down, my dude. I turned it down a lot. I didn't want it to overpower the voice. There we go. Let's bring it back up a bit. Just some nice lo-fi sounds. Just some chilling out while we're waiting. But yeah. Alright. Oh man. What a week to come back, man. Like, honestly, I'm not sure if anybody will notice my absence at all. Avengers. What else has been out recently? Cobra Kai. There's more series than that as well. What else are people watching? Oh, people are watching... Oh, Game of Thrones. Who am I? Creamed cranker. Just got... What? What? What are you saying? Are you having a stroke, my dude? Cream crankered. Just hoovered our top floor. Oh, She-Ra's good. Oh man, like honestly, I just cancelled my Netflix subscription because this. I don't know about how it is for you guys over there, but here it like She-Ra's fun. I did think that it was weird that her, hero version looks like a boy. Like that I found really weird. Well, you're not American, so apparently you're allowed to have them. Because if you're American, you'll just... I won't say bad things. I'm avoiding saying bad things. Because they're not having a good time with those things at all, especially in the Midwest. Oh. But yeah, so we're just a minute out, and we're about to get started, eh? Oh man, for 2 weeks. Oh guys, tell me, how'd you like the video? How'd you like the actually properly produced video for once? That good, huh? All right, I gotta put the mask on. It's almost time, ladies and gents. Almost time. Only 7 seconds left. Yeah, I just think that she should have been the embodiment of womanhood, not a boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Alright. Yeah, I click on this one, I go over here because I have to reload everything because YouTube is trying to kill me. All right. Here we go. Come on. Work with me here, please. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to What Have You Been Painting Now? I hope that each and every one of you has been having an amazing weekend. Oh, and if not, I don't know what to say, my dudes. Go out there, try your best. Just, we don't make mistakes. We have happy little accidents. At least that's what my mother tells me. No, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Calm down, everyone. It's not an existential crisis. Alright. So first up, we've got Earthman Brick. So I'm unsure if he's just Earthman Brick or Earthman Brick. But here we go. So he's actually got something really interesting that he's put together. So I don't know whether he's completely assembled this himself or whether he's gotten some sort of mod, because you can obviously see these little stick bits here. But take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Just schmicko, mate. Schmicko. Now, I'm not too sure how he's actually done the salting effect, but man, you can see the problem that he has in the interior, which you often have with these MDF projects. They will eat paint, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you're going to get an MDF project going, what you want to do is you want to get just your standard spray can, right? Your standard black spray can, and she will eat all of it. She'll eat all of that black spray can. All right. But yeah, you can see a little bit of the splotchiness in here, but you take a look at that, that's nice and smooth. But I tell you what, these rust effects, absolutely beautiful. So that is what's good. What's bad is, it's a paint sucking monster. I think that what you might want to have done here, right, is hit this over with a white, but not fill in every single area, so as if the white's flaked off. That I think would have been really good, my dude. But yeah, I have to say, I really like this project. I really like seeing terrain projects, because I like seeing something a bit different, and something that can obviously outshine. Okay, oi, you there in the comments, I saw that. But yeah, terrain projects, it's not hard to outshine me there. It's not hard, especially at the moment. But the one thing that I would have done is just hit it up with a bit of white over this and give that sort of effect like the white's peeled off. Because I think as just plain steel, it sort of looks a little out of place. But man, the rust effect you've got, just beautiful. And these scratches here, man, just gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. Alright, moving on. Next up, we've got more from Earthman Brick. Now, I just want to check for a second, make sure that all of the OBS settings are alright. Because I tell you what, YouTube is really making sure that everything is difficult for everyone, forever. Why? I don't know, I guess life is too easy. I mean, making videos is always painless. Just painless. It's alright, they can't see your eye twitching. It's fine. They're all happy. They're fine. They just got to watch me break. Alright. So we've got his piece here. Now, the only problem I have with this is that I don't have context for it, right? Now, see, if this is so he's got, saying that it's interior walls, but for what? All of that sort of thing. because I see these things down here, right, and I compare them to these, and I go, these are two totally different things. I'd love to see them in context, like this idea of some sort of pattern being placed here and being torn down here. Once I see the context of it, I think that I'd be able to give much more specific feedback. I have to say that this effect looks really good. Definitely much better than the one down here, but it's so hard to say without seeing the context of the greater thing that you're doing it within. And when I can see all of that, then I'm going to have a better idea of what you're doing and, you know, give you just that little bit extra feedback on what it is that you're doing. All right. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be changing up that title for this so that I can get all the clickbait views. All right, let's... Come on. Just open it up. Just open it up without breaking. All right, so when I saw this phase spider, right, the thing that I thought was interesting is how he's used dry brushing, right, to try and give a very sort of different look here. My problem is that we've got this straight blue area here, right, and we've got no transition phase. So I think with a bit of transition, I think it'd look a lot better. So if you went like from this blue here into that more pure white and actually hit a pure white, I think that would look good. But I think as the moment, it just looks a bit rushed, right? The one thing that I'm gonna say is just remember, when you're painting certain types of models, you're gonna have a bit of a problem. D&D models aren't known for their quality. So when it comes to them, don't kill yourself painting them, okay guys? Just don't. Put the level of quality that the miniature has in its base, in its sculpt. And I think that is going to be good for you. But yeah, so that's my biggest thing. I'm not as worried about the base with bases like this. If it was me, I'd most probably put it onto a bigger base and then create some sort of area for it, because you know me, guys, you know me and my bases. I just love them. I just love them. Alrighty then. So next up we have something I prepared earlier. Alright, so we've got more from... Oh no, it's not from Dank Macabre, it's from Sicko Boy! Oh no! And don't worry, man. Don't worry if you miss a stream. They'll always be up on the public area. Unless, of course, YouTube does something. And, like, I'm a guy with, like, 16 subscribers. Well, I've got more subscribers than that, but that's how many views I've got. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not saying any naughty words. I'm not doing anything bad. Please, YouTube, just let me be. Again. Alright. So the problem that I have with this is that I'd like to get in a bit more zoomed in here, but from what I do see, you've got some really good layering, right? So this white / off blue here looks very good. It doesn't look too crazy, and I like that because it's a really good base. Even if you're not that confident in doing eyes or details or that sort of thing, right? Just because you've done some nice smooth layering, your natural light's going to do a lot of help for you with this face here. The problem that I do have is the black. Never do straight black. Never do straight black. The reason for that is because it just sucks in all the light. It won't contrast things, right? Do really dark grey and then a gloss wash, right? Or something like that. The thing is, if you go straight black, It's just going to absorb all that light, and it's not going to give any detail off here. So if I was you, it might actually be a bit hard to do dry brushing on this here. I might just layer on a really, no, not even a dark grey, just a regular grey, and then hit it with a gloss wash, because it seems like that's what you're going for with this. So what I do like is the contrast, right? You've got the white skin against the black countertop sort of thing, and all of that sort of jazz. And then we've got these nice bright bits of metal with the dark blue dress there, right? So you've got great color contrast. And yeah, I think all of that works out really well. I think you might want to either go a bit brighter with these or a bit darker, you know, to help out with that contrast. But yeah, very nice, man. Very nice. But we got to get something done with that base, my dude. All right. Next up, we have Earthman Brick. All right. So he's made some of his own models. Now, the thing for me is, right, I don't want to be too harsh, but I don't want to blow smoke, my dude. So I'm gonna be a little harsh with you here, right? So the top is fine, but these legs right here, I think we see more of them. Yeah, they're just a hot mess, my dude. And like all of this body, you just need to work on it. And like, I don't want to be the kind of guy who's, you know, being negative. But the reason I say this, right, is because this isn't a channel where it's 100% positivity. It's 100% constructive, right? Now, I'm not gonna say terrible things or call you terrible names or anything like that. But the thing is that if you want to continue down this path, what you're definitely going to have to work on is smoothing things out, you know, getting all of that in line. Lady miniatures are always harder to do than dudes, because dudes have strong definition in all of these sort of fantastic things, right? I think that the body's fine here, and I think that you did good work with the cape here, right? But just remember that modeling is a very advanced skill. We still there in the chat? Have I disconnected? Is everything all right? Oh, good Lord. Is it? Okay. Whew. Oh, slight heart attack. All right. So, yeah, I think that the cape looks good, but the thing is that it will need a bit of extra work, my dude. It will be a bit of extra work. All right. So, next up, we have... Oh, my failed stream. Oh, my good Lord. It was frustrating. Oh, my good Lord. You guys have no idea, because I was putting together that video that I've done up recently, and it was just a nightmare. It was a nightmare because suddenly you can't stream, and now you've got to open up a new menu to stream, and for some reason they don't want me to stream with the stream key. It's alright, everything's fine. Fine, just breathe. Breathe, everything will be fine. There's no reason to cry and stream. They definitely won't judge you. Much. Not too much. Oh no, they're judging you already. Right, let's get back to it before I have my all right. So here we go. We've got some of the Titans work in progress, right? And of course, you know what have we got here? Davith taking a shot in bad lighting where there's a million models in the background. What is this? Like a Sunday? Oh, it's a day that ends in Y. But no. I'm giving him a hard time, obviously. But this kit bashing, oh, that is very, very nice. I don't know how much of that is original kit, how much of it that you can just find with the Dreadnought. You should tell me in the chat, my dude. But yeah, it looks very nice. I can see that the Storm Bolter was added on here. But yeah, very, very nice, my dude. Very nice. Alright. Oh, Saturday. Well, I'm sorry that I live in the future, David. Alright, next up we got Lornor, and we've got some things fully done up. Now, I think I'm going to give Lornor the same criticism that I gave him. Though we do see some dry brushing on these guys, right, to bring them up. I'd still like definitely go for like a really, really dark grey. I don't know if these are really dark grey, but they are so dark. I do like the contrast that it gives with the eyes, and I think that's most probably what he's going for, because a lot of spider models are not that great. Davis is just giving us a quick bit of feedback on this. So the Dread is from the standard SW kit, but it was a recovery job from an eBay lot. No dry brushing. They're all purple. That is not coming through on my screen at all. I guess. Maybe this is why OBS is crashing on me. My terrible, terrible screen. Yeah. Alright, but next up, we do have some really, really nice models. Alright, so we got Achilles right here. And, oh dear. This is not good. According to the Achilles movies that I've seen, that is not the skin color he has. It's all right. I'm joking. It's all a joke. Remain calm, people. It's a joke. So it looks really good. I do like the contrast with the steel against the gold, and I do like how the weapons look. And we have a bit more from Davith. Why would you purple ink for 10 layers on these dudes? Why not just go purple and then wash over black? What are you? You're a madman. You're a madman. Why you do this? Alright, so Davith was just saying had to tear off the front plates, fit a new leg and torso armor, then redo the arms weapons. Okay, cool. Alright. Next up, we have Odysseus, and he is looking very cool. I do like how all of these heroes like have this theme of gold and blue. It's a very sort of regal and heroic look, very classic Greek, or at least I should say how we picture classic Greek. We don't actually know a great deal of how they look, other than they were extremely gaudy. You know those marble statues, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know that they were actually painted? Like they were the original miniature painters. They painted up those statues, and oh my god, if you've seen one which was restored, it was hot garbage is what it was. Alright, so next up we've got Hades, and what I do like is that Hades has a strong contrast from the heroes over here, right? Despite having, you know, the same sort of skin tone, the same sort of look to the rest of them. You've got that purple and that steel, and he looks very, very nice there. Yeah. But, it was a very heavy base, but plain. You know, they had the 3 stages because they had those 3-step things. It was fine. You know, I really did think that they could have done a bit more, but they just went for a plain marble base. But they had the 3, you know, and it's a slaughter back then, so you know, what can you do? What can you do? All right. So Hades is looking pretty good in here. I think I'm gonna grab one of these things and Yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'll just bring up OBS, just making sure that you guys can see these guys. Yeah, Hades is looking nice. I like that red around the eyes. And once again, Lorna with these beautiful, beautiful bases. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Just, if you ever want a practical example of what the 3 elements should look like, because the actual bases for these things, in my opinion, are pretty terrible. You know, you don't have a lot of space. That is one of the things that I've really praised Games Workshop for in more recent years, giving a lot more room for the bases. Because even with those fantasy models being on the round bases, does give you a lot more room. 25, what is it? Yeah, 25 millimeter in circumference is a hell of a lot more than, what did they used to have? 22 millimeter square? But yeah, it does end out to be a hell of a lot different. But yeah, it's come together very, very nicely. All right, let's get back to it. All right, all right. So here, the Phoenix for me, right? The problem I have is that I like fire to be the wrong way around. So fire should be from dark to light, but often in miniature forms I like from light to dark because I think it gives this great contrast. I do think that it comes together well. If I was you, the only one thing that I would have done here is just try and get some burnt grass, if you can still get that in the UK, and just try and put it around the base here to try and give that off. You know, I'd most probably bugger that off right there and replace it with a burnt grass tuff, if you can. You know, it's just those little details that bring things together. All right. Then next up, we've got more from Lawn Orr. That's impossible. That's not how Lawn Orr does things. He doesn't do it like that. He doesn't just like show us block after block after block of miniatures. Some sort of alien. Yeah, soot pigment onto the grass there. Yeah, no, that would work, I guess. Maybe like a sort of, I don't know how you do that. Maybe paint it black and then tip it with, you know, some red and white. Maybe something like that. You know, that could be good. But yeah. So let's take a look at some of these guys a little closer. No, that doesn't sound like you, Lorna. That doesn't sound like you at all. Alright, so we've got these hoplite guys together, and man, I tell you what, this is the one thing that I definitely noticed from other miniature companies. So when we take a look at the Phoenix and we take a look at these guys, and then we compare them to Hades, right? Hades has so much more detail. And to be fair, I think that that is fair when you're trying to do these character models. But when you take a look at Games Workshop and compare it to that, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about fighting a sculpt. This right here, I think Lawn Orr has put in more effort than, you know, the sculpt has put in. So he's hit these little details here. He's given the tips to all of the edges of the... If I was more awake, I'd be able to tell you what these leather skirt strap thingies are called. But yeah, there's obviously a lot that could be done more with this miniature. Like, you could do wood grain, right? But the thing is, you've got to give a level of attention to the model that the model gives to you, right? If you wanna do every single detail in this cape, like the cape looks great. I'll give the cape that, right? Cape looks absolutely fantastic. But you take a look at this and you see this. I think, what is this? Lorna, 2 layers? 2 layers, so it's a wash. You can't do good wood grain. Yeah, no, like, but that's kind of my point. So when I take a look at this, right, I think that looks great. I think I take a look at these guys, right, and I don't have any criticisms for them. Not because I don't think Lorna couldn't paint to a high level of detail. 5-ish layers for the for these. Wow, okay. But are you talking about for... I'm just specifically talking about the cape. We will soon see. Oh, okay. Airbrush and then... Yeah. Well, airbrushing is something that I would count as different. It is like... I'd count that closer to just a base. But, you know... But this is definitely what I'm talking about, right? So he's put in... Yeah, he's put in a good level of effort here, right? And he could put in more. But when I look at this, right, I don't want to say anything about putting in more. I don't want to say, you know, he could do this, he could do that, right? And this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about being fair and, you know, not just blowing smoke. Because with this, right, this is the correct level of detail for what is being painted, right? Now, let's take the big boy here and see. I'll expect a much greater level of detail here, and I'll most probably be right. Not 100% on that, but I think that there's a good chance. Yeah, I probably would have washed down the tail hook here, you know, just a bit. Because it just seems so bright to me. Like the level of contrast is so strong, you know, compared to the rest of him here. I really do like, however, the fiery mouths. I think that effect, oh, beautiful. Because it's there, it's subtle, but when you turn it to a certain angle, it just pops, right? And that looks really, really nice, right? And when we take a look at it, it is a really nice looking model. And that's what I'm saying about giving the model the level of attention that it deserves. Alright. Maybe washed down with a murky green. Yeah, no, I think I'd just go straight for just a black wash. You know, just bring down the level of gaudiness of the tail hook here, because it just seems to me, theme-wise, that it's just a nasty bit of kit, you know? Alright, and there we go. We've got my WAYPN model. Oh, 4 people like it. Thank you so much. Alright. And guys and girls, whoever is here, if you guys could share this around, that is the biggest thing. Alright, I'm not gonna like and subscribe, but if you guys could share this around, that would really help, because we want to build this community. And the reason why I put this together is because so many people, when it comes to painting, they, you know how I always have these little end bits and I go on and on. This was that, but just a bit more condensed. And why I wanted to go on about painting is because I think for a lot of people, it's just like, painting toy soldiers. They don't get the benefits of it. And, you know, for me, it's a bit like, you know, you ever seen those old comics where there's a guy with a beer and a cigarette out, and there's a guy running a marathon and he's like, running like that, you're gonna kill yourself. And like, there's the runner just rolling his eyes, right? For me, it's like a girl with a yoga mat going, ugh. painting those models, why don't you grow and evolve as a person, and you're just like rolling your eyes at them. Like that's what it's kind of like for me. You know, these people who just don't get it. But all right. Anyway, so this is what I've been working on, and it ate the weekend. It just ate the whole weekend. All right. So next up, we've got Doug the Fog, and no actual pictures that I'm going to review because he's shown off a lot of these guys before, and he won with them. Well done, Doug. Well done. Really glad that you managed to score some kit out of your painting, and good luck in all of your endeavors. Let's hopefully see some more posts from you, and we'll get some more wins in from you. All right. So, what do we have next up? We've got Davith. All right. Painting complete for the Knights. Now for the Assembly. All right. So are we going to see these guys all done up soon enough? Are we? Davith? It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all right. I won't cry. Yeah, we're definitely going to need some shots of these with white backgrounds, Davith. It's just too big and gaudy to look at that. But yeah, oh man, I do not envy you putting these things together. That is not a task that interests me at all. Scroll down, he says. There we go. Are these full size? Do we have a decent size with these? Davis, you need to give us bigger pictures. Davis, what is this? What? Davis trying to kill me on stream. Oh, my heart can't take it, Captain. Oh, look at all of that bare ground. Oh, what's he done, Captain? He's trying to kill me. Alright, enough messing around. So, taking a look at it, what I do like is, I like the stark differences, right? Because, remember with these sorts of things, right, a lot of details going to be, how close have you come? Not at all. I'm just not caffeinated enough to have a heart attack. Like I'm barely awake, my dudes. Like that kit really took it out of me. Even with my brother's help. This I like, but I think that with a model of this scale, you could really go off chops with a glow effect. And that's what I'd like to see here. You know, just some crazy, gnarly glow effect coming off this, lighting up all of that. Just go crazy with your light sourcing. Unfortunately, the light I have to hand is not ideal for these pictures. Oh, yeah. That's fine, my dude. Alright. So, what I would do is I just do some extra bits of detailing, and then base. Oh god, base. Ooh, the base. Oh, I've got to stop that. I'm upsetting the pets. They're very annoyed by the noises. They're not actually. They sleep through it, but you know, exaggeration. It's a thing. Yeah. With a script of these size, I'd most probably grab the fine tip felt pen. I think you can get something like a 0.1 millimeter felt tip pen, and just write some random script down on these to give that just a bit more of an effect, because on this scale, I think people expect it. And I think that you definitely can go for it on this scale. And One thing that I'm going to say that's blasphemy is decals. I think that you definitely could use decals on these. Now, if you tell me that you don't want to use decals, that's fine. I'm not going to blame you. But yeah, I think that you definitely could get some decals off on this bad boy, especially some white ones on this area. Man, that contrast would be beautiful. But that's only if you can do the decals. All right, let's take a look at these bad boys right here. All right, I'm gonna check OBS, see how these guys are looking. All right. So let's get this. Can't quite get any one specific one in focus, so I'm gonna focus on this guy right here. Alright, so I do like this little sort of gemstone effect right here. I think that looks good. I do actually like this oiled down look. I see one thing that I really like for these sorts of things is hitting it with the gloss wash to sort of give it that oiled effect, at least around the rims and that sort of thing. I think that looks really good to just give it, you know, that industrial feeling. Yeah, I did note that you said that you had trouble with some of the lighting. I think because I can see something with the eyes here, but there's not much that I can say. I would go crazy with butane effects on this right here. Just go absolutely nuts with butane effects, because with miniatures of this size, it's really hard to go wrong with butane effects or those more sort of crazy intense effects, because people will be a lot more forgiving, because when it's at that size, they're like, maybe it could be that crazy. I mean, like, if you're shooting melters out, that sort of thing. But yeah, in my opinion, it looks pretty good. Yeah, no, there's definitely something going on with the eyes here that is not coming up with the whole thing of with the light, because you can't quite see into it. All right, so let's take a look. Oh God! What? And this is the group shot of them all together. But yeah, so definitely needs more bracing. Oh my God! Ooh, why you do this to me, Dareth? I've seen you do it before. Oh, the eyeballs popping out of my head. Why? I just want to see some close-up shots of those when they're based. Like, nothing but just the base. You just see, like, the leg of the Titan and just the basing done up. And just, like, a big block text, size 16 font. Here. Done. Fine. Alright, I used some Soulstone Blue over the Storm Host for the eyes, but it's not coming out quite as bright as I wanted. Yeah, you want some really super bright, like, do you remember Mithril Steel? Like, it was so bright of a steel that it was almost a white. That's most probably what you want for super popping eyes with the gemstone effect. Either that, or you've got to be really, really light with your gemstone colors. Alright, and we've seen some more work go into the Summoner from Brushstrokes. Brushstrokes, who's this guy? He's obviously new here. You know, don't give him a hard time, guys. He's obviously new. You know, needs to put some work in, you know. I see him putting the signature on. It's alright. Nobody's going to steal your stuff here. It's fine. You're in a safe place. All right. I'll stop giving him a hard time. But yeah, obviously looking absolutely beautiful. I love this cherry blossom pink. That's absolutely beautiful. I love, like, it's a white that's just been tainted by pink, and it looks so beautiful. The steel on what are these things called? If I was awake, I'd be able to tell you what this thing right here is, but unfortunately for me, I'm long dead. I've been dead for a long time. This show is being hosted by a necromancer. Why he chose to take over this body and put on a stream for a very small audience, we'll never know. But it's all part of his plan for world conquest. You know, just part of it, guys. Just part of it. Come on. Oh, okay. I thought that you were responding to the necromancer bit and going, karma. That's why he's taking over. But you're talking about the weapon. It's a kanama or kama. It is not early, ladies and gents, for me. It is not early at all, and I think this day started at like 6 a.m. So yeah, I'm alive. I'm alive for sure. Why has this diabolical necromancer taken over a tiny painting station? Why in all of the world would an evil such as this take over? Yeah, I got it. Thank you. I got it. It's all right. Calm down. Why indeed? I'll tell you why. Karma. All right, but yeah, the musculature here, right? Just absolutely gorgeous, and it's quite gaudy on the back, and like this guy is like super overly muscled in this miniature, obviously, but I think with the sort of subtlety and flow of the rest of the model, it's just this beautiful contrast of kind, because you take a look at the rest of the model and you're like, oh, nice, elegant, yeah, it's very good. And then it's like, oh, I am from the 90s anime, ha! We overdub. Why can nobody match the mouth speed? Yeah. And yeah, because if you know the 90s and you know anime from the 90s, there was a muscle or two in those animes. Even from the very small guys. Like, watch Akira, Jesus. Some of those people. Even the tiny midgets. Oh. Alright. So, moving right along. Yes, very good. Alright. And finally, we're towards the end. And usually I'd give some noob like this a hard time for not showing his working, but he has been putting in a lot of work in on the thing. Now we might, if my Facebook is correct, I'll see. Alright, I just needed to send out an emergency message. It's alright. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. Alright, so usually I'd give him a bit of a hard time about this. But I think that, considering that I've seen all of his working on Facebook, you know, I think I'll let him get away with it for now. So, I want to talk a bit about contrast of kind and how this model is just absolutely brilliant for it. Alright, so what I think is really, really good is the contrast of kind of, I think you'd call these candy colors. I'm not sure what you guys would call them, but I'd call them like a candy color, because when I see this on a automobile, what am I? Have I become upper class English? Oh, what a toff! I learned what toff meant the other day because somebody told me what it meant. And you guys have such strange words. But yeah, if I saw like this as a red on a car, I'd say like candy red. So you've got these candy colors, right? And they're just so bright and poppy, and they react so well with the light. And that contrast there with the base, oh, beautiful, mate. Absolutely beautiful. And the reason why that's so good is because you have this clear distinction between the model and the base, and it draws the eye. It draws the eye. The other area where it's really good is with this here. The downside of using these candy paints is with the eyes, they don't pop as much anymore. I'd most probably use a gemstone technical paint on this area to make these of, equal level of sort of poppiness. Only because either that or I'd go the complete opposite and dull those eyes right down. Just because you want that contrast once again, and you want to have people brought into the head, because that's where people are going to focus first. All the junk up the top, yeah, it's fine. I do like the basing. I like how we've got our 3 elements. Listening, Davis. Are you listening? It's alright, everybody. Alright, so there we've got that, and so I do think that it's a really nice piece, and the eyes going either much brighter with a gemstone effect or right dulled down. I do like the cloth here, which contrasts very nicely. I might go for a tiny bit more vibrant red than this, but I don't know. Six one way, half a dozen the other. Do like the chains. I like all that. But yeah, all right. So let us move on. So next up, we've got this guy. Who is this joke? All right. Oh, Lornor, very clever. Two coats, yes. 2 thin coats. Very good, sir. Very good. All right. So I am actually kind of glad that you guys show off, some of the stuff like this where, you go, listen, I would like to be painting. I have the best painting. Nobody's painting's better than mine. It's very good painting. But you guys have lives. But now it is your turn to give me a hard time. So chat, it's about time. It's about that time. It's alright. I'm calm. Everything's fine. But it's about that time that you guys give me a hard time, and you tell me what you think of this hot garbage, which is the terrain that I've been doing up. So, right. So I had to do a whole lot of these right here, these little wall bits. So most of them I did up like this so that there was a few different colored bricks. But with one of them, I just wanted to have that one red brick to sort of have the obvious secret door thing going on. Oh yeah, obviously the green lights did overpower that, but that's why I was like, to be honest, I was just not impressed by my work, so I figured I'd throw something extra in, a little story there. And what? It doesn't show the. I must have linked the wrong one. Because there's a top view of the there's a top view of these, and you get to see more of these dust little things. Yeah, maybe tufts. Like, the thing that I worry about with that is because of how they're packed. Like, grass and all of that stuff is definitely going to get pulled off them. I could definitely do some puddles and that sort of thing. But when it came to that, I just wanted to put in a little bits of dirt. I didn't want it to go too crazy. I think that the rust effect came off all right, but yeah. All right. So, does anybody have any more comments on that? Oh, and you can see my beautiful microphone and my not so beautiful vacuum cleaner, or at least parts of it. Yeah. Without a doubt, my dude. It is an issue. It's the biggest problem is because the way that they're packed in real tight. So you really only have your paint to work with. Alright. So we've got brush strokes, and he's just doing up his bit right here. And it's coming together real good. You know, obviously there's stuff yet to be done here, but it's kind of funny looking at it now. But I tell you what, that wood grain effect for the bamboo, oh, it's gross, mate. Gross. How could you do something like that on here? What have you done? What have you done? You're making people feel bad. Oh, so good, mate. Alright, so I'm just going to give a quick refresh to this one. See if we got some new stuff coming in. And hopefully we'll be all good. But then again, we might have had a cheeky last minute addition. Let's see. No. We're here now. Yeah, so I did that with the Xandri dust. Like I said, I'm missing one photo here, which I've obviously put in the wrong one where it shows the top. And I put a Xandri dust brush over it. You can see it a bit here. And a bit there. I didn't want to go crazy with it, but yeah. Alright, but yeah, I don't have pigments. Pigments are actually pretty hard to get here in Australia. You can't just grab them anywhere, and there's not a whole lot of hobby stores. That's one of the main reasons that I go GW Colors. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, is there anything that you guys would like to talk about before we finish up here, or are we all done for the week? There is one thing that I would like to ask all of you guys. The one thing that I would like to ask all of you guys is this. If I do another one of those videos like why paint, is there any particular subject that you would like to see? And what would that subject be? Because at the moment I've got an idea of a video, but the reason why I'm asking is because I want that video to get shared around. Like, if you guys can put it on your Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, freaking whatever, because it does make a difference. If we can get just 3 more active people in here, we have a lot more to, bounce off. Because the thing is, I don't want to be huge. I don't want to be the most massive YouTuber out there. Obviously, if I'm picking miniature painting, I will never be the most massive YouTuber out there. All I have to do is pick memes, become 20 years younger, change my gender, and then I might have a chance. But in the meantime, or should I say, in the meantime, I made myself sad. But yeah, so the thing is, if you guys have a video that you would like to see done up on a topic, something a little more serious, tell me. otherwise, I think we're going to finish up for the night here. And what I would really love to see from you guys is some more content on the site, and hopefully we can get these things going to straight hour, and hopefully we can have one of those mind-breaking, what did I do, 12 hours straight? Something like that one time? Alright. I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up and see if there's anybody who's said anything. If I missed anything. Nah. Yeah, I cried. I'm all alone. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. I won't cry. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I think that will be it from me for now. And I want to say thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make sure that this goes up to public so that have you guys noticed that? I've got my own hate follower. Goes to all of my videos and downvotes them. So I'll make it public so that he can see it. Gotta get those interactions in. But yeah. I'm sorry that the other streams didn't work. Unfortunately, YouTube has decided to become less intuitive, and hopefully this will be the last time that there's a problem. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. When you've got a hate follower, yeah, I guess that is the way that you know that you've made it. No, he's been there for a while, but after the hiatus, he wasn't there, and I guess he's seen that I've come back, and he's like, oh, get him, how dare he? Oh, he hasn't hit the WAYPN video yet though, which is nice, but people seem to like it, considering its number of views. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say good night. It's been a very long night for me, but I'm glad that I could continue streaming. I hope that it's been entertaining for you guys, and I hope that you guys get something out of these, because I'm not just talking to hear my own voice. If I wanted to do that, I'd just shut up and don't worry, it talks plenty. But what I do like is interacting with you guys. What I do like is seeing people create. And what I do like is building a sense of community. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, keep those brushes wet, and I will see you later.